Hello data friends. Eventstream is a feature in Microsoft Fabric that captures, transforms and routes real-time events to various destinations with a no-code experience. You can add event data sources, routing destinations and the event processor when the transformation is needed to the event stream. With Fabric Eventstream, you can easily manage your event data in one place. You can collect, transform and send real-time event data to different destinations in the format you want. You can also connect your event streams with Azure Event Hubs, KQL Database and Lakehouse without any hassle. This lab is based on sample streaming data called bicycles. Then we will ingest aka hydrate our newly created KQL or Casto database with two streams, simple without transformation and grouping by street and summarizing number of available bicycles at any 5 minutes time window. At the beginning, we should create new workspace in Microsoft Fabric. My workspace is already created, so I don't have to do that. As you can see, my workspace is called Exploration, Copilot, etc. Camille. But if you don't have a new workspace created in your Microsoft Fabric, please do so. So we have our workspace. Please select this once you create new one. And make sure that you have selected this real-time intelligence experience here. Yeah. So if we select this workspace, we'll land on the page like this. Yeah, we don't have any components, any objects right now. So let me create new objects. The first object will be Eventhouse. So I'm clicking new and select Eventhouse here. So I will call it come Eventhouse. And click create. After a few seconds, new Eventhouse will be created, along with new and only one database at the beginning, because each Eventhouse needs to have at least one database. I will click this get started and skip all those guidance or helps or hints, and because I showed that on the previous video. And now we have our event house here and the whole dashboard, yeah, on the high level. Fine. We have our first database. I will actually create the other database. So let me click create here and name this database as lab01 KQLDB. And now the type is new database here. That's my default. This is what I'm going to do. But bear in mind that you have also some option which is called follower. Follower is nothing else but the shortcut to the other existing KQL database. So you're creating the shortcut. You don't have to duplicate your data. You still can use the other data from the other KQL database in your workspace. Okay, but as I said, we are creating new database here. That's why I'm choosing this type here. And let's click create now. Okay, now the database is being created. After a few seconds, we will have new database, new KQL database created. Okay, there's some basic information about this database. As you can see, there's a size. Nothing in this database is right now. So yeah, no wonder that there's 0 everywhere. And also one lake availability. So I will change this right now. I will change this and turn on from inactive to active by clicking this pencil. And let me change this to active. It means that all the new tables will also be available in the one lake house. Okay, let me click this, okay, and change this configuration. Fine, now we have this active. Okay, that's it for now. Now we are going to create event stream. So let's click new. Here, there's nothing like event stream because this is context of the KQL database. So we need to go back to our event house. Not the event house, sorry, actually workspace. So let's create a new event stream. The new event stream I will call my bicycles ES, and I will switch on this enhanced capabilities. This is still in preview, but offer much smoother and better UI and capabilities. So let me click create here, and we'll create new event stream. In the event stream, we'll create and configure source and target. Okay, so now we have empty event stream. So the first step is to create a source. In this case, in this lab, I will show you how to use the sample data provided by Microsoft. So let's click this use sample data. And in this case, I will use bicycle data. So I'm selecting this bicycle reflex compatible, and let's call it like this. Let's click add. So now I have been redirected to the event stream canvas, and here we have some blocks. The first block represents the source. The second one is our event stream called my bicycle event stream, and the last one, which is not configured yet, is the transformation events or target, the destination for the whole stream. Okay, we have something here. When we click specific block, we can see on the bottom there's some tests, and there's some preview as well. Yeah, so we have some data, as we can see, already populated from the source, ingested from the source. So now we will work and we will use those data to configure the target database. In our case, it will be KQL database. Note that after you create sample data source, you see it added to your event stream on the canvas in edit mode. But actually, to implement this newly added sample data, we need to select publish button, which I will do right now. Okay, successfully published, and we can close this. So now we will configure the transformation event or destination. So let's click on here, and my destination will be KQL database that I've created in the previous step. So let me select KQL database, and in here I have to choose one of the ingestion mode. The first one is direct ingestion, which will be direct ingestion without any transformation directly to the KQL database. Or the second one is do some transformation before ingestion happen to the destination. Yeah. So in this case, I can select target database and target table actually. So I will select this one, the second one, and this destination name is the friendly name for this box because I can have more like this, which I show you in a minute. So let's say it will be KQL simple. I'm not going to do any transformation at this stage. Select my workspace, database is this one I would like to use, and destination table will be bike count. Okay, actually I need to create new one because there's no table like bike count, and actually there's no table at all. So I need to create new table here and then click done. Okay, format will be JSON, and now I can click save. So let's do this, and we can publish this event stream right now to make sure that everything, the latest version is published. And the streaming is going to happen and set up right now. After several seconds or minutes, we'll be able to see the preview here and also see the table in our KQL database. Let's try to refresh now and see if we can see data preview. No data preview yet, so we need to still wait until this update will be completed. Now we see that the process has been completed. We see the streaming now here. So let's try to refresh by clicking this button here and refresh the data preview. Yes, we see the data. It means that the data has been ingested to the destination. In our case, is KQL database. So let's check this in the KQL database now. So we have our database. Let's click refresh here. We have some data, as you can see. This database created 16 minutes ago. We have some data, table, bike count. Okay, that's great. After several seconds, we can click this refresh again to see if the data is still coming to the database, to the table. As you can see, the size of the table is now 10 kilobytes. So it means every second there's some data inserting to this table. So we can also check what is in the data, how the data looks like. So let me query the table, show 100 records, and let's execute this KQL query. And you see that we have our data in the table. Now let's update our event stream. And I will show you that we can add another branch here, and I can actually have more destinations in the same event stream. So let me click edit here. And let me click new destination. My new destination will be the same KQL database, but this time I will call it KQL transformation, and it will be the same workspace, the same database, but this time table will be called new table. I need to create bike underscore sum. Okay, input data format, fine. Let me click save here. So in here I have error because I don't have any input to this box. So I will create the group by transformation. So I will add transform event. It will be group by, and I'm going to get this stream from this. So now I need to I can click on this circle here or this point and drag and drop to this group by. Now you see the two boxes are connected. It means the data will be streaming from this one to the group by. Now I can click the edit button here and configure this group by. What kind of aggregate type I'm going to choose here? I'm going to count. I'm going to do summary. So this function I will use to summary which field. It will be number of bikes. As you can see, only the numeric fields are available here. So number of bikes is the field that I'm interested in. So I'm going to click add here. And now the optional group aggregation also, I would like to group them by street. Okay, and I will leave the default time window tumbling 5 seconds. Okay, the group name, of course, you can name the operation of this group by, so I can call it like group by street and some like number of bikes, yeah? Number of available bikes in this case are in this column. Okay, let me click save. And now we have this group by activity created. Let me see, this operation is missing the output. Yes, of course. So I have input. Now I need to configure the output. I have my output box created, so I need to just drag and drop and connect those two boxes to be able to, oops, something is not working correctly. Yes, now we have this. Now there's no error here, and there's hopefully no error here. I think we have everything. We have target or destination table created or configured, and now everything should be fine. Let's make sure that we not lose our work and click publish now. Cool, so this has been published. Now we can see that this is actually being configured or set up, so we need to wait a few maybe minutes, maybe 1 minute, maybe 2, we'll see. and then we'll see the streaming here, I guess. So let's see what is going on with this one. In the meantime, we can see the detailed. There's a warning, audit policy action. It's probably something related to my environment. I guess we don't have to worry about this too much. So let's see what we have here. Nothing changed, which is good. So let's wait for this, and then we'll see if we have our data in the table. And also before, we'll click the data preview, but now this will not work, I guess, because the streaming is not fully set up yet, as you can see. Yeah, so no data to preview yet. We need to wait until the process will be completed. Now the process is finished. We see this green box streaming. Now we should be able to click and see the preview data by clicking this refresh button. Yes, we see our data in this target KQL database in the format like this. We have street, which is our group by column, our summary number of bikes in another column, and window and time. Fantastic. So this is another target table or destination that we configured for this stream. Custom Query Language, KQL, is a read-only request to process data and return results. The request is started in plain text using a data flow model that is easy to read, author, and automate. Queries always run in the context of a particular table or database. At a minimum, a query consists of a source data reference and one or more query operators applied in sequence, indicated visually by the use of a pipeline character. Let's see some details about this. So if we click on the details tab here, you will see that the status is streaming, which is great, and related item. This is our target custom item. This is our database, as you can see, and this is our custom table, bike underscore sum. We can click open item and see the data in there. Now we see the KQL database dashboard. We see we have some data in there. We have two tables, bike count, bike sum, 57 kilobytes, 6 kilobytes. Of course, it's very small amount of data because we just configured this. We just started with this ingestion, or in the streaming also it's called hydration. We saw our data in the preview. Now let's check if we have the same data in the table here. So we right click on the table, now query table, and show any 100 records. So here we have KQL query, and we see the same data from bike sum table. In the preview below, we can also check, because it's very useful, this is the record, how it looks like. We have 3 columns, but also we can check the raw body of this record, which is in this case is JSON format. Yeah, so if we click this, we see that this is the JSON body of this record. Okay, so we have 3 objects, 3 elements in this represent each column. We can explore this data even more, so let me remove this what we have here, and let's change this, or maybe create another query here. As you can see, I can put as many queries as I want in the same window and execute only the selected one. So let's do something like this. Summarize. As you can see, IntelliSense works here very well. I will create new column, ingestion count, will be from function count, and by, I'm grouping by bins. Function bin is for that. We have ingestion time function, and I would like to have my bin size of 15 minutes. Okay, let me run this by clicking run. I have mistake in my query because I click enter. As you can see, Control Enter doesn't work here, but we actually can click Shift Enter. And now I have the data summarized, as you can see, very quickly in 200 milliseconds. So that's why these KQL databases are very quick and very good for analyzing the data like this. The query editor supports the use of TCQL in addition to its primary query custom query language, KQL. TCQL can be useful for tools that are unable to use KQL. So if I click on the bike sum table here, click get data, query table, and I have CQL here, show any 100 records with TCQL language now. So as you can see, the same kind of query like we had here, we have in CQL language. So if you're more familiar with CQL language, you can use this language also to query KQL database and its tables. It's very helpful, especially if you're not very well familiar yet with KQL language. Queryset in KQL databases are used for a variety of purposes, primarily for running queries, viewing and customizing query results on data from a KQL database. Run KQL queries to retrieve data from a KQL database. View and modify the query results, making it easier to analyze and interpret the data. Create multiple tabs within a query set to save queries for a later use or share them with the others for collaborative data exploration. While using KQL for creating queries, Querysets also supports many SQL functions, providing flexibility in data querying. Once you have saved queries as a KQL query set, you can use and leverage Copilot to help you to create some queries in KQL or SQL language to get the data that you need. To save a query set is straightforward and has a couple of approaches. Another very useful feature is allows you to saving all the queries that you have here, like in the same way how we can do in SSMS, for example. So you can save this as a file, or in this case it's called KQL Queryset. So by clicking this button, save as KQL query, we can name it and save it as a script. This in this case, the script is called KQL Queryset. So Queryset, let me name it and create. So now this is saved as my KQL Queryset. And this is not the only way how you can create a KQL Queryset object. The other way is when you go back to your workspace, you can click the new, and here there's the option KQL Queryset. So you can create new Queryset window and script and save it later. We can use Copilot, who help you write KQL query based on your needs. Let's have a look how it works. Okay, let's go back to our query set. Now I'm going to show you how to use Copilot. So we know how to write queries in SQL. We know write to some queries in KQL database, but what actually if we don't and we are just guessing, or actually we'd like to use some help or ask for some help. So if we have Copilot in our organization enabled, we can use this button here, and by clicking this Copilot, we can ask Copilot for help. So let's say, for example, I would like to ask, can you show me chart of the number of bikes available by street? And let's submit this question. And after several seconds, potentially or hopefully we'll get some example KQL query. As you can see, we have some query here. So bike count, summarize, and etc. Let's click this, like, yes, we like it. Oh, maybe I will do this feedback later, but actually copy to the editor, insert this code here, and now we can run this. Let's see what we've got. And we don't have only the data summarized as a table, but also it's all already created and converted to the chart. So as a graph, we have all those data visible by street, and the query is using the some no bikes column that we created in our table. And this is fantastic, isn't it? We don't need even know KQL query to create some dashboard or create some simple chart or just execute query searching for some data. We can ask Copilot to do that for us. Of course, knowledge about any language like KQL or CQL will be very helpful, because at the end it's only Copilot. The generated query can contain some error, mistakes, and etc. So at the end you need to verify if that query is correct. So at the end you need to know the language that you would like to use. So yeah, this will improve your productivity as a developer, but will not replace you as a developer. And that's it in this video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video. If you want to learn more about Microsoft Fabric, visit Microsoft Fabric community website, which is phenomenal knowledge hub for this product. Meanwhile, have a fantastic day and see you soon.